come in, just thrown behind him. He's able to get one hand in and knock it down.
Gary Clark is deep. Tim cuts in to punt. The wind should affect the ball somewhat, kicking from left to right. It has all day. He gets it out of there, and it's not a very good kick. But it does take a New Jersey roll. And it rolls and rolls all the way down to the 33-yard line of Jacksonville. A 36-yard punt with no return. And Jacksonville will start out pretty good field position out near its 33.
For today, under new head coach Dick Bielski, still behind on the scorecard. Moments ago, former Penn State Nittany Lion Chuck Fusina threw to former Pitt Panther Willie Collier, 38 yards, a touchdown that has made it now Philadelphia Stars 17, Washington Federal 6 in the fourth. Keith Jackson in Jacksonville.
And back here in the Gator Bowl, it's a 21-19 ball game with the third quarter stats.
Well, I don't think anything there is unexpected. The turnovers unused high for Jacksonville has cost them some points. Everything else about even. Passing yards for the Jacksonville Bulls obviously high because that's what they do best. They lost yards actually on that reverse. That's why they're 39 yards in rushing.
Robinson on first down from outside the 32 goes for the bundle, and Matthews can't run it down. They hooked up last week on a big one like that, but Little Aubrey couldn't quite get to that one. Terry Daniels, pretty good coverage.
Well, if nothing else, you get an idea of how strong Matt Robinson's arm is. He throws the ball about right. Well, I mistimed it. He threw that ball before Aubrey Matthews had caught up to Daniels. Aubrey Matthews was a good 3 yards still in front of Daniels when he released the ball. Aubrey made up the yards, but just not quite enough to catch up with the football.
He threw it about 55. Second down and 10. Sideline pressure, overthrew it. Again, Matthews out there and getting pressure again from James Lockett, big fella from Missouri. Memphis Showboats 23-7. Looks like the Showboats are going to win one. I'll tell you, these expansion teams are warped. They're not easy, are they?
Well, the league is only, this is the second year for the league, so for an expansion team to come in only 1 year behind.
Not bad.
It's not bad. They haven't really got that much ground to make up.
Third down and 10 for Jacksonville now. Robinson going big again down the middle, and it is incomplete. Gary Clark trying to haul it down all the way down at the 18. So a little change in tactics on that possession by Jacksonville as they choose to go deep.
And that time they had Gary Barbaro, number 26, all-pro safety from the Kansas City Chiefs. They caught him up short. He's got to get back deep in the coverage. Right there, he's looking, trying to read the quarterback, and they've got him up short playing the tight end. And he lets receiver Clark gets right behind him. Ball overthrown. The ball had to be thrown that far, Keith, because there were people coming in from the outside. Thrown short, it would have been picked off.
So it brings up a fourth down and a kicking down for Jacksonville. Hendry gets it out of there, and he hits a howitzer. It's a beauty. Barbaro goes way back to his 8. No, it is Mike Williams back to his 18, and he calls fair catch. A 50-yard punt for Hendry.
He took his time with that one, Keith. Just waited a while. He had good protection.
ABC's Wide World of Sports next Saturday. We'll have team competition. A unique sort of a thing for figure skating. We've got some of the great names in the sport. John Curry and Dorothy Hamill out of the 76 Olympics, the gold medalists. Robin Cousins out of the 1980 Olympics. Denise Spielman, 1981 World Champion for the ladies in a special team competition. That's next Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports. They actually give New Jersey possession of the ball just short of the 20. Where it's first down. Time remaining, 13:55. 21-19 score, New Jersey. Ball goes to Herschel Walker. That's his second carry of the second half. And he moves out to about the 22, close to the 23.
Keith, so far I have been pleasantly surprised by the ability of the Jacksonville defense to stay in this ball game. They have not let the offensive line of the New Jersey Journals completely blow them away and dominate this ball game. They've hung in there, played a very aggressive football game. The defensive coordinator calls them 100%ers. Not a great abundance of talent, but each guy gives you 100% and goes for it.
Second down, about 8. Pass is incomplete, off the hands of Norris Brown. Brown was slanting in from what amounts to a tight end position, though he had flexed out about 3 yards. And the ball was tipped, it looked like, and then ricochets off his hand.
Well, that looked like a pick play.
Yep, it did, didn't it?
Clarence Collin came out there. As we look at the play selection so far, 33 runs for New Jersey, 15 pass, and just about the opposite for Jacksonville.
That's what we expected.
That's what we expected coming into the ball game. They have not given us anything more than that.
Harmon and Walker, the setbacks. New Jersey 3 out of 10 on third down conversions. They're looking at 3rd and 8. Walker goes in motion. If they throw, he might be one of the potential receivers. They go the other way, the short man, and the pass is intended for Speck. Tom Dinkel almost pulled it down himself for an interception.
Well, Speck comes out the short route, control route, but Dinkel didn't even see the ball coming out there. He's busy playing the man. When they turn around, the ball's thrown behind Speck. He's reaching for it. Dinkel has got his eyes on number 81, not the ball.
And so Jacksonville's going to get it back now. And that series by New Jersey only used 59 seconds of the clock.
And not much of the turf, so Jacksonville should have, if nothing else, excellent field position.
They've got 9 people up as Matthews drops back as the short man. Pressure's on Cuts. He gets it out of there. And it is Matthews, the short man. So it was a good move by Aubrey, dropping off the line of scrimmage and making the fair catch at midfield. A 27-yard punt by Tim Cuts. Jacksonville, huh? The crowd is having a time. 73,227. A new league record. Their team owns the football just right on midfield, where it is first down. 21-19, New Jersey leading by 2. McClendon to the top of the picture. Robinson back to throw. Pass is off. Pass is good to Clark. And Clark fumbles the football.
I think he got it back. Looked like he got a hand out and pulled it back in. He looked like an Indian circling the wagons after he caught that pass.
He was certainly busy trying to get it back.
He caught it, and what he was thinking, well, I've run my route to the inside. I've got everybody coming from the outside in. I'm going to cut back to the outside. But as soon as he did that, he saw the crowd. See, he's circling back. He sees a corner still there. He tries to go inside again. Right there, Jim LeClaire makes the hit. But he's still aware of what's going on. He scoops the ball up, brings it back in.
And it's first down Jacksonville, just inside the 38 of New Jersey. I don't know how they can hear. This crowd is so noisy. Robinson back to throw. To the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Bergman with a diving try right on the chalk.
That time Matt Robinson had to read the entire field. He looked down the center. He had some people going down the middle, but they had 2 safeties back deep. Then he had to look for his people short. Most of them were covered. Wisely threw a safe pass to the sideline, but still incomplete.
You got Matthews, Clark, and Wyatt Henderson in there now as your 3 wide receivers. Now he's got to move Henderson over. And Robinson to throw. Again, has time. Passes away. Pass is good. Pass is caught by Aubrey Matthews. And it's another first down for Jacksonville at the New Jersey 17.
We talked to Coach Lindy Infante, and we asked him about Aubrey Matthews. He said when the kid came in, you looked at him and said, you can't fool yourself. How many 5'7", 165-pound wide receivers can you keep on the football team? I don't think we're going to keep him here very long. But the young man came in, started running better routes, started catching the football. He's come up with big plays for him in both ball games so far.
Robinson has now thrown for 248 yards, 20 out of 37. They run it. Carrying it is Larry Mason, and Mason, a penalty flag is thrown as Mason fights his way to about the 12. Let's see if Jacksonville's hurt itself here with a mistake.
Holding, maybe?
Could be.
No, against New Jersey.
It's the other way.
I couldn't quite get that signal. I think he might have been face mask.
Tommy Miller's a referee. He'll sort it out and tell us what it was, but it's against New Jersey.
It's only a 5-yard penalty.
Face mask, number 55, defense.
Jim LeClaire.
Unintentional face mask in this attempt to make a tackle.
But it's first down and goal for Jacksonville on the New Jersey 8. With 11:05 to play in the football game, New Jersey leading 21-19. Mason up the middle, fumbles in the end zone. And New Jersey's got the football. It is Terry Daniels.
What a time to have another turnover. Number 32, Larry Mason. Good, hard running as he comes through the line, knowing that, well, in the passing offense, you're not going to get many opportunities to run the ball. He's got two hands on it. Right there, it just gets away from him. He scampers forward. Terry Daniels gets over, recovers it for New Jersey, and he saves him. But
And
there's
it's
some
the fourth turnover. Fourth.
But there is some discussion on the field. I do not know what it involves at this moment. I'm looking at players for Jacksonville saying, once you cross the plane, it's a touchdown. There's certainly a touchdown. It should not be a fumble. It came after he crosses the line.
Here it is.
We have a fumble in the end zone recovered by the white team. It is a touchback.
I don't think he had possession when he crossed the plane to the goal line. That's the point.
The players are just arguing. What he's saying here is that after the ball was fumbled in the end zone,
See, he lost it right there.
he loses it there.
He lost it on about the one when Leopold hit it.
Then, because it's a fumble recovery, and New Jersey jumped on it, it's called a touchback. It comes out. They get possession at the 20-yard line.
The ball was definitely loose before he crossed the goal line.
That's always that gray area in those judgment calls. The players try and get in on it. In theory, once he crosses the plane, it's a touchdown. But you see there, he hasn't crossed the plane. He's not in the end zone, and the ball is loose. And of course, the fans here cheering their famous, what they're trying to make their most popular cheer, Bulls hit. That time, they didn't hit anything. They lost the football. Take another look. He just loses control of the football. No one actually hits it. It's a fumble all the way.
And New Jersey will go to work from the 20. First down, leading by 2. They just got away with something there as Carson bounces outside and keeps on pounding. Boy, a good hard run by Maurice Carthen for 9 yards.
Don Vetzlow, number 46, was on his knees for a while, slow to get up. He should have been stopped. Had it been stopped at the initial contact, it would have been a 2-yard gain.
Birmingham showing their strength, and I tell you, Birmingham's a pretty good football team. They're going to beat a lot of people this year.
I think that
L.A.
That last game we saw last week was Birmingham and New Jersey. Both teams seemed like they were trying not to lose a ball game as much as they should have been trying to win. And of course, Joe Cribbs, after a couple of weeks of practice in earnest, will have that crisp style of his back.
Second down and 1.5. Go to Walker. And Walker's got the first down for New Jersey out at the 32.
Turnovers are always an important part of the ball game, as you see 10 minutes clicking down on the clock. And I don't mean to sound trite when I say this, but turnovers are even more important in this particular ball game. The Jacksonville Bulls, a very chancy kind of offense. The ball is always in the air. They can't afford to turn the ball over because usually it's an interception, which means possession leaves. The New Jersey Generals, if they possess the football and are playing well, they're going to eat up the clock. They're going to run it. touchdown opportunities for Jacksonville.
Jacksonville showing a 5-man front right now. And they'll just keep giving it to those big backs. That's Carthen, and Carthen runs it out to the 42, just short of a first down. Just short.
5-man front. What they have is just linebackers crouching down at the line of scrimmage. Ooh. Herschel Walker got hit pretty hard there by number 52, Tom Dinkle. I think what you'll see now, Keith, are the players on the Jacksonville defense trying to strip that ball, trying to go for those hits that will pop it loose, but they can't forget the tackle, or else Carthen will drive for more yards.
Maurice now with 6 to 7 yards in the ball game, and this is Walker popping to the outside. And Herschel with a big run down to the Jacksonville 41 before Sammy Brown can bring him down. So now the New Jersey strength beginning to show up with 8:45 to play in the game, and they lead by 2 after Jacksonville fumbled away the go-ahead touchdown. Fourth quarter, it's Chicago making a comeback as Glenn Ford runs it in to make it a 23-13 ball game up there.
Went for 2 points and they failed.
Ball is at the 42 of the Bulls now. New Jersey marching for the first down. This is Carthen outside. Down at the 40. Coming up, 33 Johnson, 22 Gray for the Bulls. They're going to have to gamble some now. They're going to have to do some blitzing.
They're going to have to do some blitzing. They're going to have to try and just get them in a position where they can pop the ball loose.
Force a New Jersey mistake if they can.
I don't think just having more people at the line of scrimmage is going to do it, especially when you're only bringing up your linebackers to the line of scrimmage.
Going to have to send a corner or a safety.
First, you got to get them to pass.
Bradley throws it short to the tight end Speck, and he makes the catch at the 34. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
Bradley so far playing a very commendable football game. Has not made many mistakes. Has showed some poise. Now he faces probably the most important 3rd down so far in this ball.
At 6:50 to play in the game. 21-19 New Jersey. Jacksonville fumbled away a touchdown at the goal line that would have given the lead. Carthen is stacked up. Penalty flag thrown across the field by the linesman. Might be an offside here. Nope, it's on New Jersey. So there's your mistake. He's short of the first down. It'll be 4th and very short to keep the ball, or depends on the penalty. If it's 10 yards for holding, they'll probably take the penalty.
Well, with Maurice Carthen and Herschel Walker in your backfield, I would not chance it at refusing a penalty and giving them the ball with 4th and a half yard.
Yep.
Illegal formation, number 68 on the offense, 4th down.
Well, it's a short penalty, 5 yards. And they waive it off. Jacksonville is going to give New Jersey a shot at it at 4th and 2. 4th and 2. And New Jersey calls timeout. They want to talk about it. Bradley will go to the sideline.
Something looks awfully different out there. On one side of the field, looks like it's 4th and 2. Then I look at the yard markers on the near side of the field, looks like it's 4th and about 3. 3.5.
Ball sitting right on the 34. And the marker is on the 32. So I would say it's 4th down and 2. New Jersey is talking about what they want to do. And right now, while they're talking, let us visit with Jim Lampley in New York.
Let's take a moment out from football now to get you up to date on what has been another great weekend in American alpine skiing. Today on Aspen Mountain in Colorado, Bill Johnson repeated his Olympic gold medal feat. He won a downhill starting 19th in the draw, came on to beat all the Europeans. In fact, Austrians Helmut Heffliner and Anton Steiner tied for second behind Johnson. You may already know that Holly Flanders of New Hampshire and Middlebury College won a Women's World Cup downhill at Mont Saint Anne in Quebec yesterday. So, on this particular weekend... weekend for the American ski program. Now let's go back to football.
New Jersey will punt. Cutts is in to punt the ball. Nobody deep for Jacksonville. Nobody.
They may try and just draw an offside penalty here, but the 30-second clock is not moving.
Low snap, kick is away. It's straight up in the air. Going to go down about the 15. It bounces high in the air, and New Jersey now will let it roll, and it's continuing to roll, and it is put down on about the 2 of Jacksonville. So the Bulls will get the ball back, but they are 98 yards away from the New Jersey goal line, 6:23 to play.
The legend. There's a big finish brewing in the LA Coliseum after Cribbs' 18-yard run had put Birmingham ahead 21-7. This Kevin Nelson 2-yard touchdown was set up by a 43-yard pass from replacement quarterback Frank Sirer to Anthony Allen. Now with Sirer in the game, LA has cut the Birmingham margin to 21-14. We take you back to Keith Jackson.
The Jacksonville Bulls here in the Gator Bowl, trailing by 2 points, having fumbled away the go-ahead touchdown in their last possession, have the football at their own 2. First down. Last time they were down here trying to work it out, Robinson threw a touchdown, threw an interception. Leopold, 16-yard touchdown. He's thrown another one. He's thrown another interception to Jim LeClaire at the 17.
Interception by LeClaire. Let's take a look. I don't think that he was under any tremendous amount of pressure. He's got all day long. He throws it. I think he tried to anticipate Bergman coming in underneath LeClaire, released it. Bergman, as he stated earlier, has 3 or 4 options on each route. Now he, instead of going underneath, goes behind him. Robinson anticipates wrongly, and it's now New Jersey ball.
First down at the Jacksonville 18. Carson behind the line of scrimmage at the 20. Loss of 2 yards. Here's Mike Berry.
This is really turning into some kind of a dogfight, Jim.
Oh, boy, I tell you, they're a good team, you know. We expected this when we came in here. We knew how they could move the ball and what they did last week, so you're right, it's a dogfight. Still a lot of time left, even.
5.5 minutes. Can you stop Robinson? He's been giving you fits all day.
Well, he's been tough, yeah. We've been taking advantage of some turnovers, so I hope we can. We just got to see what happens here next 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Thank you, Jim. Keith?
All right.
Well, the advantage for Jim LeClaire is that he's seen that offense for over a decade in Cincinnati, so he knows what Lindy's up to.
Second down and 12 from the 20 for New Jersey. There goes Bradley on a bootleg. Down to the 8, to the 7, before Billy Caesar brings him down. So Bradley, for the second time in the ball game, bootlegs it out there and picks up big yardage.
Picks up big yardage, brings him inside the 10. Billy Caesar, number 20, the cornerback, was picked up from Birmingham. Is a good cover man. Right there.
He's just short of the first down, it appears, as you see the final from the Philadelphia-Washington game. They're going to bring the chains on to ascertain whether or not it is a first down. It's very close. It would be first and goal about the 8, just inside the 8 for New Jersey. The chains have to come all the way across. So the Philadelphia Stars have not had it easy, but they have won their first 2. And they play at New Jersey next week. One of the big ball games next week in the USFL will match up Michigan at Denver.
That will be a good matchup. I'll tell you what may be the most exciting matchup, or potentially the most exciting matchup, is a game between Jacksonville and Tampa.
Yeah, that'll be
That'll be a long one too, Kenny.
Yeah, the ball will be flying around, won't it? Well, it is first down and goal for New Jersey. Let's call it the 7-yard line. It's closer to the 7.
That ball game, you could have more balls in the air than birds flying south for the winner.
Well, the offense committing turnovers is costing Jacksonville opportunities and providing opportunities for New Jersey. And here goes Herschel Walker. And he's down to the 5.
That naked bootleg that Bradley ran the play before is probably about as fancy as they are going to get down here. Time is on their side now. They have possession, just under 4 minutes to go in the ball game. They have it on the 5-yard line. If they can just punch it in, take the full 30 seconds to execute each play, it'll be in the 2-minute range before they finish with this possession. And more important, 7 points on the board.
28-19 if they can convert, which would give them a 9-point lead. You can go for 2, but you can't go for 3. Here's another bootleg by Bradley. Touchdown! Gene Bradley got away from number 52, Tom Dinkel, and just got it across. And what a big play by the New Jersey quarterback.
Well, on the first move against Dinkel, he used good footwork, and the last move, he used good common sense. He just ducked, saved himself, and got into the end zone. Again, the 3rd time he's run it, twice for big yardage, this time for a touchdown.
Now, here's the biggest point in the ball game right here. If they miss it, Jacksonville's still got a chance. Well, I guess they've still got a chance regardless, but they got to make it.
They blocked.
It's wrapped at the line of scrimmage, but got just enough momentum and just barely cleared the crossbar. I don't think it cleared the crossbar more than a yard at the most.
The only way that ball could get over the goalpost is because there's a little leprechaun riding on it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he almost missed it or it was a bad hole or what, but it could have been tipped by somebody. But I'll bet you one thing, Walt Michaels held his breath while it was creeping over.
Last week he kicked one for 51 yards, which is a big field goal in the ball game. And this week, nothing but problems for the young man, but so it goes in the kicking game. Right now, it's 28-19 favor of New Jersey with 3:26 to play.
Another break.
It has been what I would call a Kipling performance for Jacksonville. If. Everywhere you turn, there's an if. Here, Val Brown, number 70, gets his hand on the ball. If he'd have had a little more of his hand on the ball, it would not have gone over. But it did. And it's a 9-point lead. If Jacksonville had not turned it over 5 times, they would have the lead in the ball game. If. Right now, New Jersey by 9, 3:26 to play, 28-19, the Generals lead. The kickoff is short and high. At the 13, Gary Clark. Caught around the 20. Run down by John Joyce, the linebacker for the Generals. And Memphis has won its first game of the year, beating Chicago 23-13. And Walter Lewis out of Alabama threw 3 touchdown passes. Walter Lewis will turn out to be, I think, a heck of a quarterback in professional football. Talking about a guy run. He's dynamite when he gets loose in the open field.
Don't want to see that too much by QB.
Robinson on first down from the 20.